Friday night pizza's hot, dice are rolled, the DM's plot, whisper secrets dark and deep, characters we all must keep. Fighter bold and rogue souls fly, wizard spells light up the sky, cleric prays for healing touch, but oh the bard he fumbles much. Lute in hand with voice of gold, tried to charm the dragon bold, rolled a one and that one low, tripped and fell right on his toe. Fighter blows the rogue retreats, wizard faints, the cleric weeps, dragon roars with laughter deep, the bard he cries a lonely sleep. Next week comes a chance to shine, redeem myself this time divine, roll the 20, voices cheer, critical hit, banish fear. I just smile, the rogue high fives, wizard claps, the cleric flies, dragon slain with treasure vast, the bard and hero built to last, built to last, built to last. Fighter smiles, the rogue high fives, wizard claps, the cleric thrives, dragon slain with treasure vast, the bard and hero built to last. Built to last. Built to last.
Again, you glued my
All right,
balls to my butt.
all right,
Yeah.
we are live, everybody. And before we get started here, I have to ask because Colin said something about being epileptic. Are you okay, man?
Yeah,
Like the Late Show? Did you like the Late
I'm
Show?
fine.
Oh my
No,
God!
it's-
Jack
no.
McCarthy just donated $10 to the stream. Guess what? You're all getting 10 XP points starting right now. Well,
It's just I wasn't expecting the flashing lights. I flipped over and
You know, I'm gonna say Jack is my biggest fan. He is my biggest fan. I gotta get the guy a shirt or something. Where are you, Sparta Chris? I baked you a muffin, dude. Like, I even emailed it to you. I said, here's a muffin.
So you're saying Chris doesn't get XP because he's not here?
We won't talk about that yet.
I mean, that is being fair to everyone else. Just saying.
Oh man, he's just getting held up. That's all. Oh man, best of luck to you. Hopefully you'll be able to join. But if not, we still have. What do we have? We have a elf rogue, a human fighter. Wait a minute. Who's the human fighter? Oh, that's Mrs. Tabletop. Okay, and then
Chris is commenting in the chat.
whatever Witch King is.
I'm a human fighter.
Oh, you're the human. I need to check some things. And then yes, Chris, I see you. Howdy, Sparta, and he is whatever. Okay, hey man, I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you. It's okay. We won't tell anybody.
Do you
Anyway,
think that maybe we should
It's
bump
been
up
a
that
long
XP to like? Should we do maybe like 100 XP per $1?
yeah,
I
that way
was
you guys get
saying-
1,000. But hey, let's not get hung up on that. Let's Let's get to the intro. We can get hung
somebody's
up on
somebody's doing the next level, aren't they?
Oh no!
Right,
It just seems like it'd be more bang for the
Yeah,
the audience's
that's what I was
buck.
thinking too.
Yeah. I'll have to change it. I'm just playing here. Like the stream elements, I just started doing that just fairly recently. This is like my third stream it's ever been on, plus whatever off streams I had when I was doing testing. So I had to do testing with a microphone because my brand new top of the line 10-foot USB microphone cable actually burned out. So I'm back to my original 6-foot one. So I bought a new top of the line. I bought a new top of the line 5-foot one, but I did not attach it because I didn't want to have any issues tonight. We already had enough issues. Foundry was a bitch. I miss Chris to death, and so we'll get there. We'll get there. You know what? I actually like your proposal, so there we go. Anyway, but let's get to the stream, everybody, because we have a lot to get to today. And I am pretty sure we're hellbent on. Does anyone remember where the hell we left off at?
Why we left off with me having murdered an entire field full of goblins.
Did you guys take on some ghouls last session?
Yeah.
Oh, you're at the monastery.
Yes.
Yeah, you're at the monastery.
Yeah,
look at that. We're already starting at the monastery. Look at that. And I have a map for all you guys, so you guys are gonna enjoy that. Map for the monastery. Map for the monastery. I need TJ vision. Oh my god, that's terrible. There we go. Gonna go with TJ vision. And you guys get to see what it looks like behind the GM screen. Now, if you guys are all GMs, you guys know what it looks like. So, I don't know why you need to see that. The girlfriend doesn't count because she's always behind the GM screen going, "Are you cheating?" No, I'm not cheating. Why would I cheat? I don't need to cheat. I would never cheat on my friends.
And you certainly would never fudge dice.
Hell no, I hate that. I mean, sometimes I may fudge a scene every now and then, but that's because I'm here to tell a damn story. I'm not here to kill your characters, which will be talk of tonight, another episode of something I'm doing later on tonight, so we'll get to that later. But meanwhile, you guys get to see this wonderful monastery that I so happily drew for you. Enjoy. Let me turn this off for a minute, and let me see if I can get you closer to the map. That looks fucking high up. Okay, now we're just gonna... Okay. I really don't know if this is even any better, but we're gonna find out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Actually, let me hit some fucking brighter lights on too.
Do it.
All right, here we go, guys. Booey, boom shakalaka. Okay, there we go. There we go.
No, don't make me want to go and watch Babylon 5.
Let me move out of.
No, don't make me want to go and watch Babylon 5.
Why? It's such a good show.
That's why I don't want you to make me want to go and watch it. It's 11 o'clock at night and I've got a game to play. I do not want to... I could do with something after the depression of the last season of Young Sheldon.
Mr. Garibaldi.
I'd like to point out that me and Mrs. Tabletop did start watching Babylon 5.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm on the second
Excellent.
season. Like a couple
Don't
of
ask for
episodes.
it. I'm only on the first episode. All right, let's get going.
Well,
Jack McCarthy did not come here. Mr. McCarthy didn't come here to hear us babble about what we do in our free time. I jerk off, so there you go. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, oh boy, Witch King, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm the Witch King of Samra, and I am playing a Lara Quest main, the Human Fighter.
All right, Ironcaster, you're up.
That is Ironcaster. I am playing the Elvish Cleric Bellafion.
All right, Mrs. Table, you're up.
I'm playing Angela Shepherd, and I am a human fighter.
And Colin.
I'm ArcherColin from 5 hours in the future, and I'm playing Shadow Wolf, the Elven Rogue.
Okay. My name is Tabletop Junkie. I'm your host. Thank you, Jack McCarthy, for the donation. I think I'm going to give you more bang for your buck there. These characters are going to get at least... I'm gonna play around with the math a little bit, but I'm thinking 1,000 experience points would be fair for a donation like that. So thank you, sir, for helping, because now I am $80 away from my goal. My goal is to make $100, and then we will be doing, you'll be seeing some changes with my channel going forward. For instance, I'm going to be actually collecting some relics, or at least some very old books that were kind of considered relics after, I think it was 2005. So I'm trying to collect on some more of that so I can bring you some more tabletop role-playing fun. And get Ironcaster involved because I drag him everywhere now. I do that to all my friends.
We hung out this week.
Oh, yeah, that was so much fun. I went to work and I talked about it with everybody. Everyone's like, you're so happy. And I'm like, yeah, I got to hang out with a friend of mine. He was cute. And then I told them how we were all into broadcasting and streaming and all that stuff, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's so awesome!"
You're getting a little off track there.
Yep. So hindsight, we are like celebrities out there. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So, all right, let's get started. All right, so we left off where you guys just joined. You guys just found the monastery. You guys, if you can see my screen, which you cannot, I'm going to actually share it with you. I want to show you. Oh God, where is it? Where's my video? Let me see. Maybe made a dice god smile upon adventurers. Yep. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can turn on my camera. Pray to God it works. It doesn't like to work through Discord a whole lot. Nope.
There's a lot of reflection on the right-hand side of the map.
I know,
Can't
but
see.
It's my top light. I have to. It's my top.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So
I didn't know
if you guys want, because I can't seem to fix Discord. I'm having a lot of problems with pulling up my camera with that. Even after using a virtual cam for OBS, whether I use it or not. But if you want to, just go to YouTube and pause it for a minute, and I'm going to show you guys where you're at now. No,
that's
so
better.
That's what if I remember correctly, didn't you guys slaughter a bunch of hobgoblins that were over in a messed up garden?
Yeah, in area 24.
Yeah.
The garden is area 24.
We ended the last session with basically kind of bunkering down for basically the night or what have you, and we had left off with a little bit of divine intervention.
We did, and that's where we're gonna pick up. So you are outside this ruined monastery that is said to have housed monks back in the past. Very old monks.
Is dwarven monks, right?
From a very what's up?
Is dwarven monks, right?
It was actually specifically dwarven monks.
That's what I thought.
So these monks were dwarves. So this is the monastery they were at before they were all wiped out. You're not sure how they were wiped out. So the question to you during the sunup of the next day, the adventure begins again. Where do you guys explore? This is a pretty big area.
Well, monastery relatively still standing.
Yes, it's just damaged or wear and tear.
What status of the monastery? Is it ruins or
what? What'd you say again?
Is it ruins or is it?
Oh, it's ruins. I mean, it's just not like broken down. Like it's just wear and tear. It looks like it hasn't. It looks like it's been standing without any maintenance or upkeep for a few hundred years, maybe longer.
Right then. Perhaps we should look into these smaller buildings first. So why don't we head toward the south to that small little thing by the wall.
I'm assuming you're talking about number 20.
Correct.
Did we
All
check
right.
out what 22 was, first of all? Since we're going straight past it. Well, looks like
The
a
banana?
Let's check
bad
out
thing.
22 first.
All right. So as you guys head to this area, going into the smaller building, you notice that this is a wide crevice, and apparently, as you look down the crevice, it looks like it's bottomless, with greenish mold and fungi that grow thickly along the lip of the opening. As you stick your face near it, you actually feel warm air coming out of the ground instead of cold.
Perhaps anyone want to go down there? It would have rope, I
No.
think.
We don't
Not
know how deep
particularly.
it is. Is there any chance that we are now above an area we've been in before? Is there any chance that this goes down to one of those areas with fungi and the rest of it that we've been to
This
before?
goes.
No, okay.
No, one needs.
Yeah,
no,
how
this
does it
goes-
smell?
This goes further down. It smells like rotten mold.
Okay.
I'm getting the word. Septic cesspit.
Probably.
If
But it's
that
actually very warm
deep.
too. So it seems like, even though you can see the sky, it still looks like you're looking at the sky through a window or a pane of glass. It's like kind of weird. Like as you're looking up, you see the sun, you feel the air, but but you can't fathom the fact you're looking at the sky. Definitely gives you a weird feeling.
Another question I'm going to ask. Is there anything like this in sort of myth, legend, or anything that we've heard of? That any of us might have heard of?
Give me a intelligence roll, and wisdom of the ages does count.
Hold on. It actually comes up as 22.
And what were you looking for? What kind of legend were you looking for? Clearly.
Well, I'm wondering if this sounds this apparently sort of distortion in the air sounds. I mean, it's if it was just in the distance, sort of vertically, almost like it was a wall. I as a player will be thinking heat haze. I'm just thinking how I heard this, and does this ring any bells about a dome?
So, okay. So,
I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't.
So the reason why you feel like you're looking through like a window or a glass pane when you look up at the sky, and the reason why you feel heat from the vent is because you're actually you are still somewhat on the surface, but you're below a sea level. If there was a huge flood, this is going to be one of the first areas of the continent that will be wiped out without even a warning or a chance to get out. You're actually deeper into the earth or deeper into the ground than you believe you are. So when you look up, you don't realize it, but the sky's actually like you look up, you still see the sun. You don't, but you can't really make out the clouds. So it's like you're in this cave system, and the sun is shining down a tube.
Whoa! So we are still in caves. Oh, I wish I got my dwarven friends with me. They don't understand these things.
You've actually been crossing over into caves and caverns with openings, also with its own ecosystem down below.
Right. So
Now,
we are still.
Now, what'd you get for your roll again?
I got 22.
22. So for that, you have heard of this place inside of history books before, but you've never really visited.
Is it known as a glitter deep?
I'll have to ask you what a glitter deep is later, but
It's the Underdark in Kingdoms of Calmar's different name for it.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that far.
Do
imagine yourself between the Underdark and the surface.
Okay.
And like you're stuck in your own personal purgatory.
Might be worse.
For all you know, you could be in the bowels of a dead volcano that somehow sprouted life once it died.
Or we could be devoured by a dragon, so that means it's better.
Yes, but no one's seen a dragon over 1,500 years, so no one knows if they still exist, or, and there's only been mere records of them. No one has found a skeleton yet. They could be written into myth. Remember that.
Not even dragon tracks.
They've never found dragon tracks.
Not even like the equivalent to dinosaur tracks that you just.
Let me tell you this. Dragons are as mythological as real as Plato's journal, but we have not found Atlantis yet. So we found supposed evidence of them, but through record keeping and stuff through the journal, but that's about it.
Yes, we have. Atlantis was the island of Santorini, now Santorini.
I don't know. I don't know what this Atlantis.
It also could have been pre. It's complicated. Someone left.
That was Colin.
I
think his internet bombed out. Anyway, as I was trying to explain, basically there's really no actual definitive proof of dragons yet.
Okay.
Right then. Should we go on for that building all the same?
Trenton goes, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Let's press on. So as you guys approach to the building, you guys notice that there's some windows, and as you if you peer through the windows, you actually see some furniture in the main. Like if you look around where the number 20 is, there's some. It looks like there's like a sitting area or a dining area of some kind, and the door is currently open. And Colin's back. What do you do as the door is currently unlocked? Do you open the door and go in? What do you do first?
We go in.
As you guys go in, and like I said, as you go into the door, the furnishings become more like tables and chairs. This looks like a dining area. There is 2 doors, one to your right of your character and one off to your left. The right door looks like it goes into some form of storage place from what you could tell, because it kind of goes into the wall, but it looks like it protrudes from the wall, while the other door looks like it goes somewhere else.
Sorry, I dropped out for a second there. Are we now down to 20?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got it. Are we in the main room in 20 now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Bellafion is gonna walk over to that small little closet in the corner.
All right. As you peer in,
The one that.
as you go and you open the door, you peer in and you see nothing more than buckets and brooms.
Huh.
Well, is there anything on the walls or here or anything?
No, there's actually there's nothing on the walls, nothing like curtains or anything.
Okay, no paintings or no
Nope.
sort of.
No paintings, not in this one. Then there's 2 doors off to your left. One that's like it looks like you go straight ahead from it, or one that if you go a little bit down there, it looks like it goes down somewhere else. But they're both to your left.
Oh,
So
Both next to each other.
so is there somewhere in here that looks like they might have used to make food, to make dinner?
Actually, other than the tables and chairs, yes. But it doesn't look like there's a wood stove of any kind. It's possible their dinner was prepared somewhere else.
So does this table have any food on it?
No. It's actually, believe it or not, fairly clean.
No dust?
Oh, no, there's dust. But it looks like nobody sat. But it looks like the day that they disappeared, nobody sat there.
Bellafion, do you know anything much about the monks, about monks in general, the kind of monks that might have been here?
Not particularly.
Fair enough.
Let's see if Trin would know anything, because he did bring you guys. He should know something at the very least. He knows shit. He knows jack shit.
Could I maybe have a wisdom or intelligence check for that?
Intelligence check.
Okay.
Yeah, Trin rolled a 5.
Let me see if this will let's see.
I'm still concerned
6.
whenever the clerics are the most perceptive out of the group.
I rolled a 9
Rangers
total.
or fighters or something.
I got a 9 total.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
And is it your prime at the very least?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have anything else that you can apply to that?
No.
All right. There's nothing that you can draw on from any form of memory or any rumors that you've heard about this place. You haven't really heard anything, so you're not sure what really happened here. You can't.
Unfortunately, in my travels, I've not heard much of these monks or their ways. So this is all fairly new to me.
Well, fair enough.
If only we had a dwarf with us.
Indeed. If only we had a dwarven cleric.
Indeed. That would have been very good right now.
So anyway, there's those 2 doors.
We go through the doors.
Let's go through the one on the right first.
Well, the one on the left may well, from roughly from position, may well give somewhere that we get back outside again, because there was another door outside, wasn't there?
Since Alaric has this field to kick down the door, I'm going to allow his character to kick down the door and bust it open, just to break a door open into another closet. Also with what looks to be cleaning tubs and rags and more buckets and brooms.
Gentlemen and
Yes.
lady, can I suggest we take some of those rags in case we need to clean up off our gear again?
Yeah, hold on.
What do you need to wash? You need
Is there no scrap?
In a tight pinch, they could also serve as for bandages.
Indeed, yes, actually, yes.
Whew.
Can someone else grab them? Because I'm kind of full up on
If they're clean.
gear.
Just take a rag or two and tie it around like a one of the bits of your belt or your backpack arm.
Hold up.
Okay, I'll do that then.
I'm going to make it super easy. You are able to get 4 full rags, and they're not going to count against your encumbrance just yet. So, because they're also rags.
Okay, cool.
Understand they don't weigh much.
Okay.
I'll take one.
Clean that. Yep.
I'll take 4.
There's only 4. So.
Oh, then I take 1.
3 or 1. Boy, you guys are all fucking rags. Make sure you put those on your character so I don't know them.
Yep.
So there's just cleaning materials, basically, again. So it looks like these are clothes. Okay. In that case, I guess we go through the other door.
All right. So you guys, how do you guys proceed?
Let's have someone listen to the door first.
We could possibly do that.
Yeah, that'd probably be a better idea than us just busting in through every door we find.
Who wants to give the listen check?
I mean,
how about the elf who has good listening?
I was about to. Yes, I'm just going to. Okay, fine. Now the words on here then.
But also, it could be our cleric because he does have wisdom as a prime, as he's cleric.
Actually, this is true. Yes, I mean,
and
and
if I'm not mistaken, he too is an elf.
Yes.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. Someone just listen through the door. Tren just gets himself ready, like right next to the door as he's waiting for someone to approach it and listen right through it.
I rolled a 22.
Oh, you hear nothing. What do you hear, Sir Elf? or Master Elf?
It appears to be very quiet in there. I don't hear much of anything at all.
Might not be anybody.
Belafion's gonna try to nudge the door open with his staff.
Hold on, I grab his shoulder. Let's have the other elf try first.
You
It was 23. So.
You too also hear nothing, and you don't see anything.
Oh man. Well, I guess that's good, but figured if you roll high enough.
I'm thinking. I suspect. There's going to be one of two things the other side of that door. I would think. We saw another door when we were outside, so this may be another entrance hall of sorts.
Trent takes his sword and just pushes the door open and says, "See? A hallway. Who's scared of the dark? Who's scared of the dark?
Trent, come on, man. You gotta be careful. You've never been in a dungeon before, so just follow our lead, man."
Who says that this... Okay, I've probably been scouting dungeons as if it's any of your business, but this is not a dungeon. This is a cave with some buildings inside of it. And an abandoned...
And there could be anything
monastery.
in here.
There could be anything. Even gold.
Yes, especially gold, but also monsters. So we better be careful, don't you think?
If there was any monsters in here, they would have heard us when you kicked down the door to the door next to it.
Okay, if you say so, man.
Good lord, what kind of combat strategist are you?
I'm not a combat strategist. I am just someone good with a sword.
Okay, well, let's just keep going. Look, there's nothing in here. Nothing in here. And then all of a sudden, Trent trips and falls backwards onto the floor.
I told you!
Please, that was a unlevel stone.
So
Hey,
what? I
Nothing.
dropped
And he's in
that again.
there
What happened?
jumping up and down like a little child. See? Nothing at all.
So I lost
jumping.
connection.
Oh,
He fell down.
yeah, he tried to
Oh,
fall
okay.
down.
You behave
So
like a halfling.
I am a halfling.
We're still in the corridor, yeah.
And you guys used to travel with my brother Greenie. How did you guys ever make it anywhere by being careful? That doesn't seem like Greenie's style.
We've learned how
We
to be
said-
careful.
We were careful. Why do you think we're careful? We travelled with Greenie.
Okay, well, we're in a hallway. There's nothing.
Why do you
Oh,
think
look.
we're extra
Oh,
careful?
look. There's 3 doors to the right of me and 1 door to the left. Where could they go?
Well, I reckon the one to your left, the left goes outside because that's probably the other door we saw when we approached.
But how do
So-
you know if you don't open it? You didn't want to open this door and it led into a hallway. So how do you know?
No, we never said we didn't want to open it. We just said we wanted to be careful.
Okay, so why don't you be careful opening this door to my left?
Okay.
Well, it sounds
shall
to me as
listen
though
this
you
time?
just volunteered to open it.
All right, I'll open it. And he's going to just push open the door and he says, "You know, I want to point out that there's hardly any torches in this hallway, so there's windows. Just saying, guys."
Exactly, there's
Sorry,
windows.
say that again.
There's windows.
Yeah. There's a little bit of light.
How did you guys ever get anything done before Greenie? Actually, how did you guys even meet Greenie?
It was quite on accident, but that's what I've heard. I wasn't there.
You elf, were you there? As he points to the cleric.
No, I came along not too long ago, so I'm just as new to all this as you are.
And what about the
I
quiet
think the
female?
person you want to ask is our other elf over there.
Oh yes, the elf. So Shadow Wolf, is it? How did you meet Greenie?
Well, as I recall, he got attacked by chickens, if I remember correctly, and came into our camp. No,
Got attacked by chickens. Were they undead?
Yes,
camp.
that's what I heard too.
No, just chickens.
What do you do? Rob a farm?
I think so.
Oh boy.
If I
No,
remember
wait.
right.
I think I remember in the records that you wrote down. Hold on. Yeah. No, yeah. He tripped and he got caught in a net with chickens, right? That's what happened, wasn't it?
Everyone's looking to Shadow Wolf.
Out of character, that is what happened.
Yeah, I know that's what happened. I'm just waiting for Colin to say,
Oh
go for
yes,
it.
yes. No, yes, it was. Yes, he. Yeah, I remember. Yes, yes. He got caught in a net and caught with some chickens, and then he came charging into us. Then he wanted to sell us. No, he was thought he was sheriff or something. He was slightly confused. And he got all of us into a bit of trouble. Which then I think he went back to the farm and we came across him again sometime later.
Okay.
Elves forget things all the time, Chris. They have a long-term memory, but not a short-term memory, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the story, but looks like we got a couple doors here. Looks like there's 3 of them.
Down to the first.
All right. So, Trend just...
Belafion will stop. Will head towards the first door.
All right, I'll head... Trend's like, I'll go to the second one. Pretty sure there's nothing in here. It doesn't seem like... If things were in here, they would have heard us talking, and I'm assuming bust through the door. All right,
Which way do the doors open?
They open going into the room.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Trend uses his sword. Well, before he does that, he actually ties a handkerchief, a white one, to his sword, and then he opens the door just a nudge to put his sword in, and then he waves the white flag to surrender to whatever's inside the room. And Colin's gone.
Oh.
Again. After Trent does this for a little bit, nothing really happens.
Trent, why are you going further?
Fair enough. He goes in, and the middle room has a lot of bunk bed. Has a couple bunk beds. It looks like to be the sleeping quarters of the monks.
Is Trent telling us all this, or are we there too?
Well, you guys are in the hallway, right?
Are we? I thought we were like outside of it and we're sending Trent in.
No, and it's Tren, no T.
Okay, Trent. Okay, I got it.
All right, there's no one through the center door. Belafion, what do you have?
Right. So I've gone to the first door.
Mm-hmm. And
as
you open the door, you find more bunk beds.
Well, at least we know there's no additional danger in here thus far.
Well,
Which
there's still door number 3.
No, beforehand we could have kept it the night.
Someone want to go down for the third?
Yep. I'll go.
All right.
But if there's a monster, I'm blaming Trent.
Fair enough.
If there's a monster, I will come save you. Don't worry, sweetness, I got you. All right, so you go to the third door. You begin to crack it. You hear nothing, and you're just cracking it open slowly. And within a few seconds later, you once again find more bunk beds.
Are they big enough for humans and elves?
They're actually. It looks like they used to have like 3 or 4 dwarves that sleep on them. It looks like this room is heavily shared.
No, but like, are the beds big enough for humans and elves, or are they just big enough for dwarves, halflings, and gnomes?
No, they're big enough for everyone.
Oh. Well, we have a place to stay for the night.
I said we should know about this before we kept outside.
I was about to say, we camped outside. There's beds of straw in here, and blankets, and used torches, but I'm pretty sure we could have done something with them.
Which
Maybe
we could have
should
set on
move
fire.
Our camp in here.
I mean, we could, but the day is still young. We still got those 2 other buildings and what looks to be a pond.
Didn't someone fall in that pond yesterday trying to put out a fire?
No.
Oh, I thought what they had done. Okay.
All right, let's. You want to do that bigger building or the smaller building?
Let's do the smaller.
All right. As you guys begin walking across the
Taking care
this field here, you do come across what looks to be a pond, or a huge pool of water. This water, however, is dark green, and it's rimmed by mold and well-worn stone, which reveals that this pool was of artificial origin rather than natural.
Does the stone look old?
Very
like how
old.
if it looks old?
At
What's-
the best,
what's
you
the
can extrapolate a few hundred years, maybe more.
What's the
And
scale?
something was like thousands of years old.
What's the scale on this
Well-
map again?
Well, there's been no one reported here of the first age, so it probably is sometime in the Zero Age. But there's no way of telling how far into the Zero Age it really was before it was abandoned.
Okay.
Remind me again. What's the scale on this map?
5 feet per square.
Right, so that's quite a large pool.
Not only that, it looks like it's actually like, okay, so imagine yourself like a swimming pool in a hotel. The stone is actually of a white particular stone that looks like it was carved or cut out of a mountain, and it just so happens that this is of artificial origin, which means if you follow, if you know, let's say Shadow Wolf, when you take your hand into the water, even though you're touching mold, you're feeling underneath. There is no dirt or sand underneath. It's maybe some muck underneath, but beneath that is literally a stone surface to help keep water in.
Well, I'm wondering if these were self-sufficient. I wondered this might have been a fish pond.
Well, you haven't been able to find any fish.
Well, it's been going for hundreds of years, so they probably would have. It's just a pond. There's nothing in the middle, no ornaments, fountains, or anything. It's
Besides
just a
stone
pond.
and muck underneath, but what do you think made all that sludge underneath plus the mold on the rim?
I would speculate this is more of a retention pond should the monastery catch fire.
Yeah.
Or in
Good
case
point,
they needed
good
water.
point. Yep.
Yes,
Just
for a number of reasons.
And take baths. They drink their bath water.
Which explains
That
the
is a perfectly
grime.
legal thing to do.
All right.
How clear
right
is the
then.
water?
Right then. Bellafion is going to go ahead and go for the smaller building.
All right.
Okay.
As you guys
Can we-
approach this,
Can we
small
see
building
anything
over here.
generally in this open area?
Yeah, lots of grass.
Is it
Okay.
overgrown, or does it look like it's been somewhat maintained recently?
Actually, it looks like it's been maintained, which may may seem like someone's still here. The only
Are
thing
there
that's not
any-
been maintained is the structure of the wall and the buildings. That is clearly, but for some reason the grass is not overgrown.
Okay, I'm gonna look and see if the maintained grass is in a pattern, like if it's in a circle or if it's looks like there's feet stamping it down. Because if that is what happened, then I'm pretty scared.
Give me a wisdom roll.
Oh man, why do I have to be the one to come up with these things?
Because you came up with it, and now you're doing a wisdom roll.
Yeah.
That is a 24.
You have not found any pattern.
Natural 18 plus 6.
It's almost like the grass maintained itself.
Trent,
Weird.
you
It appears
are-
the grass has maintained itself.
Trent, you're from a farming background, are you not?
Yes, actually. My dad's a farmer.
Does this
Or at least my
does
dad was
this-
a farmer. My mom, my whole family is. Even Greenie knows
I
how to
guess-
farm.
so does this grass look to you like it's been maintained or like it's perhaps been kept back by animals feeding off it?
He takes a blade of grass, he picks it up, and he looks at it, and he says, neither, actually. It looks like, so it's neither been cut with a scythe, which normally people would do with wheat. It looks like it's never been chewed on. It looks like the ends, once it reaches a certain height, the ends just, they die. And then the grass gets shorter and shorter, and then it deteriorates, and then the new grass comes in. It's a self-maintained grass. You know, I also have an important question, which, I mean, I'm semi-intelligent when it comes to what we would consider science, but I'm a halfling of faith, you know, particularly Yenna. What, if you haven't noticed, we've been inside both a dark cavern with no sunlight to open fields with lots of sunlight to this, which has minimal sunlight. What would it take to establish an ecosystem like if you think about it, and many things that we passed through a cavern which had a forest in it that was growing from the darkness. We are now in a field of minimal light. What would it take to establish an ecosystem of this proportion?
You know, it almost sounds as if you're suggesting that these are different domes for keeping different environments in.
Well, I'm not suggesting it. I mean, think about it. We went through that one cavern that had hang on, let me pull it back up, because you guys did go through a you were in a cavern. Remember, you guys were walking against the wall one by one because you were on a ledge, and below was glowing trees. Let's see here. Oh yeah, the narrow edge. Yeah. So you guys remember? He's recalling the moment you guys passed through the narrow ridge of a cavern, which had no sunlight, and 80 feet below the ridge that you guys were on had trees and its own wildlife. What would it take for an ecosystem to grow without proper sunlight? I mean, think about it. People like us, we need sunlight. Why wouldn't grass need sunlight? This looks like a normal blade of grass, but minimal sunlight, and it still grows. Plus, it keeps itself short. What does that?
I don't know.
I mean, this is, if you think about it, we're passing through a magnificent sight to see. We're seeing environments formed inside of a mountain.
Yes, this. Are you sure? I think I had like a teacher in my village up north in Reisendorf. He said that he got taught by a natural philosopher. Do you think? I wonder if a natural philosopher could tell us what's happening here.
Maybe. We'll definitely, it's something worth mentioning. And Shadow Wolf, since you
Yeah.
kind of keep records of everything, I think it would be
Yeah.
good for you to keep record of all this to share with other people
And-
outside of here, because this place has been abandoned for a long time, or at least from what we could tell is a long time, and we've never really seen any dwarven monks here yet.
No,
But-
this is
But here's another problem. Where are their corpses?
what if they
Did they all get rifted into another dimension?
Yeah, like there's no. Think about it. Look at the grass. No footprints other than ours, which means no one sat here for at least a few hundred years at best. Maybe even but footprints eventually fade within weeks. So, as far as we know, no one's been here. No record of anyone being here, but yet no remains either. Think about it. There was no food on that table in that small building that is a barracks. Those beds didn't look sleeped in. There's dust everywhere. Mold in the pond because no one's taking care of it. A heat vent with mold because no one's taking care of it. A garden because no one's taking care of it. And it looks like that garden's got nothing but weeds in it now, from my guess. And so, where did everybody go?
That's a very good question.
No remains, no skeletons. We haven't even found any clothing.
Which
Yeah, I don't think we even found any food
we have
rotting as if they left. No dishes out.
We haven't been in the main building yet.
That is true.
But and there's a lot more. If we've only been in one building, it a monastery.
I mean, I'm
Deep
kind of interested
underground.
to know what really happened here. Well, I mean, obviously this was a dwarven monastery. By the way, have anyone even heard of
yes, it's
dwarven
good.
monasteries outside of Garudan?
No. This is getting stranger by the second.
Do you know? It's almost as if we are no longer.
Not to
Excuse me
mention,
one second.
we're still on the sole property of Evermore. We're not even in a dwarven kingdom, but yet there was dwarves here, possibly before the humans migrated from the other continents to here, before Evermore was even established. We're seeing, I'm not even sure what we're seeing, remains of a long dwarven culture, which means
Possibly.
there were dwarven monks before there was dwarven monks and sculptures before there was even kingdoms.
Or does that mean that the kingdoms that we have are the leftover remnants of pre-antecedents to Garudan? Does that mean that there could have been human kingdoms before Evermore and Kakistos?
Well, okay. If you guys remember the history books and trends, I remember reading when I was in school, which yes, halflings go to school. Our mother teaches. She always said knowledge is a source of power. And that's what wizards obviously believe too. And I remember reading in a history that this land was owned by the Lady of Kakistos, who was the ruler over this land, but they were just tribes of savaged women. I mean, there was men too, but it was ran by women. Women were the warriors, men did something else. It was different until the first humans came from the overseas, from the far out continents. And then that's where we get Baron the Red, the noble baron who taught the women and the men that there's another way. There's a way, before they, there's always a way of dealing with things besides, killing. And then we became a civilized society. That's how, or at least that's how most of the humans were. If you remember, from history, and I'm pretty sure an elf does, not naming any names, Shadow Wolf. Shadow Wolf, you would have this is like common history. Everyone in this land knows this, and if you're a human, you definitely know this. you hear about how humans led by Baron the Red, the first Baron the Red, came from another land and fell in love with the Lady of Kokistos, which that was her name. That's why they call this
Yep.
land Kokistos. That's why they call this region that, because she ruled over this region, protecting it from orcs and other dangers. But not once.
Yeah, but we're not in
Alongside that-
Kakistos anymore. We're in Evermore.
Evermore is part of Kokistos. Kokistos is the region, the whole region of the sector.
Oh, I thought Kakistos was the kingdom of the matriarchal women.
No, Kokistos is
My
everything
bad.
here. No, Solana is the matriarchal women. There's
Oh,
three
okay.
regions. This whole section, so this section, which Kokistos housed 4 kingdoms: Evermore, Garudan, Elfheim,
Helfheim.
and then the Forbidden Lands, which that's where the orcs were pushed away and kept for centuries. But did you guys ever read up on a monastery, or was this considered a rumor? Because for a long time there was no one even saw a dwarf come from this side. We all know that dwarves come from Garudan, or at least that's where they originate from. But we're seeing something that may be far older than that.
Maybe that's where those dwarves originate, but maybe there's an older group that originated somewhere else.
Which means the dwarves of Garudan would be the cousins of the original dwarven tribes. They're not actually
Yeah,
part of the original tribe. They are descendants of the tribes.
exactly.
Dwarves do
Or
do have
potentially the dwarves have different lineages and they're both created by different gods.
they're quite known to spread out and multiply.
Well, clearly not as much as humans.
No, of course. Then again, few species are as
Prodigious.
populative.
Well, we won't know by standing around in this field talking about potential scientific theories and magic, because this could all be magically done. Somehow there may be a source of a magical power source around here that's creating this ecosystem. You never know. But standing around here,
Does anyone have detect evil?
I think Trend does. Trend does not. Oh wait, Trend does.
Someone should cast that if we have it, just to make sure that this isn't like some infernal region.
Give me 1 second.
I do not.
Trend's got it. He's just got to figure out.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. All right, give me 1 second. For God's sake. All right, let me pull up my book here.
Look at us upsetting the GM.
No, I accidentally clicked the wrong button.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I clicked the wrong shortcut. Okay, so Trent's gonna take a minute and cast Detect Evil for you guys. He's like, well, I mean, he's like, well, I can do that, but I haven't really seen anything evil. But you'll never know unless you try. So he can detect evil up to 60 feet. Let me make sure he doesn't need. And he can do it unlimited number of times. All right. So Trent focuses for a minute, and all of a sudden you do see his eye, like he opens his eyelids, and within about 60 feet, which is probably, if you guys are standing right here, probably leaning a little bit in this way, but then kind of come over here, and he is not detecting any. He stops and he goes, I'm not detecting any evil in this place at all, at least not within my purview.
Well, that's good at least.
Well,
Can
the
you...
good part is none of this, and I'm not sure if it would count, but if there's no evil around here, then it still doesn't explain this ecosystem.
Can you detect good?
I don't think I have that.
Or is that a different ability? A different
Hang on.
spell?
Nope, he has no way of
Okay.
any of that. So I'm
Okay.
like, there's nothing here. I mean, this is, I like I said, nothing here that I can tell.
I really, really wish Rubble or Rasmus were here.
Who's Rubble?
There's my other dwarven companion. The one that was with us when we first met Carl. Greenie, as he calls himself.
His
just-
name was, his real name is Karg, according to my parents. Karg is known. Karg is also in the name of a clan. Greenie doesn't know about them. They've been known to. Funny story. They've been known to conquer. That's why he's known as Karg the Conqueror in most languages. And he's not even a conqueror. He hasn't conquered anything other than whatever he's done on this end.
How much does when I went to Gowdan? I think I went to Gowdan with Asamir for his funeral. Did I not?
Yes.
Does anything around here?
You and Athar took his body there.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't remember. I'm just. Does anything around here? Anything we've been through since we came down this, came into this cave? Anything at all remind me in any way, shape, or form of Gowdan, i.e., dwarfishness?
It does not actually. It's completely different. It is like, okay, so you know that dwarves lived here, but they were a different set of dwarves with a different culture. Not even resembling close to Garudam.
I mean, we've come into this cave. All right. Do I know, on my general knowledge of the world, if there is anything like the Underdark, like this is because we're now we appear to be in a massive series of caves, which is so big. Some of seem to have their own atmosphere and their own weather, and the skylight. Is this something that as far as I'm aware, ever exists, or what I expect caves just to be dank and dark and cavish?
You do know for a fact you're not from the. You do know for a fact that this is not the Underdark. That the Underdark would be much further into the planet.
Okay.
The Underdark does exist. You do know about that because that is something that Elfheim has been actually in a political struggle with, because that is where your distant cousins come from, known as the Drow, which do exist in Paramoor.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just wondering. Okay, so it's just that we've been underground for a very long time. We've to the point we seem to.
Right. However, you don't talk about the Drow. You know of the Drow, but that is part of Elfheim knowledge that is not allowed to be known by anyone who's not an elf.
Okay. Well, what I'm thinking is that we've been underground as a player. We've been underground for a long time. We seem to be going up and down to the point that sometimes we're not sure if we've been underground or if we're actually overground again.
Exactly. I did that on purpose to you.
So we're okay. So because I mean, I was going to say, I was almost tempted to wonder if we're even on Paramoor anymore.
Oh no, you're still in Paramoor. That you do know. You didn't shift to another plane of existence. You just came to a mystical place that you only read at in books. But the only reason why this place was discovered was because this place is close to Fort Gully, which is a human fort that was actually made as an outpost to help colonize more of the land.
Right. Okay. No, that's fine. Great. So thanks. That's certainly. I wasn't sure how much of this was.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
That's fine.
I'm gonna say this, guys. Since no one else is gonna take the lead, I will. Since I did bring you guys here. Oh, and including the female who's been quiet. Yes, woman. Okay, go ahead and talk.
Since there's no evil, is this area all grass or is there actual doors?
So you were I don't know what excuse me, but you're wrecking a bit there. Since there's no evil, is this area all grass? What?
is there any rooms that we can explore in this room, or is it just all grass?
Well, looks like we're outside. We're outside of this smaller little building, which I'm assuming is probably a place where horses were stored.
Could be.
Yeah.
But we won't know until we get there.
Is there a
So
is,
we're going in.
All right.
is that a gap in the wall down bottom right?
No, actually, it is not. Oh wait. Bottom right. Oh yeah, there's a gap in the
Yeah.
wall. Yeah,
Okay,
that
thanks.
leads off
So
into another field. Yep. But
oh, okay,
you're not
yes,
going
okay.
that way. You're going towards this small structure that we've been trying to go to for over 20 minutes now. We're going there. Oh, I just hit my camera.
Well,
we're going there.
Somebody had to start getting into all the deep lore about the Drow and the Underdark.
Somebody asked. That's my defense. So, all right. So as you guys approach this building, you notice it's a double door of a building, very elaborately carved. You can definitely tell it's of dwarven make, but it has this grotesque torso. The creature's mouth is gaping open to display a row upon row of hideous pointed fangs. Two long, claw-tipped arms are carved in relief. They seem almost to be reaching out to gather in anyone standing before the doors.
Have we seen this before in a hidden city somewhere?
No, you have not.
Okay. It sounded a little bit vague.
Hey,
like what we've
Shadow
seen
Wolf,
in
why
the-
don't you go knock on the door, see if anyone's home?
No.
Okay. Alaric, why don't you go knock on the door, see if anyone's home?
Okay. I go towards the door and I knock.
No one answers.
And I open it up.
You open up the door and you find yourself what looks to be another building. So this is like an opening, like a courtyard. And as you approach inside the courtyard a little bit, across the way looks to be like a pedestal in the middle of everything, surrounded by a row of sitting skeletons. I think we found the dwarves.
Right. First question. Did anything about that thing on the door look at all familiar?
It did not.
Right, okay. So these are all dwarven skeletons?
Yes. Well, you don't know if they're dwarven skeletons per se. They look kind of. They're just.
Well, I mean, just based on size, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. They could be considered dwarves.
Right then, the first thing I'm going to do is pull out my holy symbol. I'm gonna try to turn undead, just to play it safe here.
Are they? Oh, make sure they're not moving.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me. I believe you have to. Let's see here. As you guys are approaching inside, and Belafion's beginning to pray, all the skeleton heads move and begin looking at everyone.
I knew it.
But they don't take any turns yet. We are going to be turning undead. Okay, so Belafion needs to give me a... Hang on.
So wisdom check.
Yep, it is a wisdom check. While they're all within range. And then after that, it's going to be a 1d12 plus a wisdom charisma modifier if you succeed. And wisdom should be your primary attribute.
Yes.
All right, give me a roll.
See, 17 plus 3,
For Pete's sake.
4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not.
Hang on.
That would be a 22.
Yep, I know. I was just making sure. All right, give me a 1d12 roll plus your charisma.
5.
So as you begin channeling your energy, saying your prayers to Sarah, you begin glowing and your aura shoots out and manages to strike down 5 of the 12 skeletons. And the others rise up, and thus now we need initiatives.
Remind me how we do that again.
Just 1d20 plus dexterity. 1d20 plus dexterity. Just your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Not plus level?
No, you don't do level.
Okay.
So it's basically dex roll.
Yep.
Okay,
Oops.
hold on a second. When it actually comes back in again.
There we go.
And there's only 7. Let's see. Yeah, there's only 7 left.
Doing question. Does
Yep.
turn
Answer.
undead does turn undead only work on hostiles?
No, it works on anything that's considered undead.
So these might not have been hostile.
It doesn't matter.
Undead typically means
You're-
hostile.
You're right. They might not have been, but at this
Fair
point, I
enough.
think it's better to play it safe.
Yeah, I was about to say yes.
But you got to also remember, like, if you know anything about undead creatures, they generally don't have, like, unless they speak to you, they don't
Intelligence?
really have intelligence. Yeah.
Oh, Colin, you rolled your initiative roll wrong,
Yep, 1d20 plus dex.
and not +6, which is your level.
Oh, sorry. In that case, it's 11. So
Yeah.
no, I just rolled dex.
It's okay.
I made the mistake too.
Sorry,
There's
well
no
spotted.
dex. We were just saying undead is not typically smart. That tends to be an issue. All right, here we go. All right, what did Bello get? Bellafion, what do you get for initiative?
13.
All right, which is gonna place you perfectly right here. Oh, you guys are gonna get swarmed quickly. All right, Shadow Wolf, what did you get?
11. Did we say we were actually going in? Okay, no, 11.
Angela, what did you
Sorry, the
get?
puppy is really having fun with the squeaky floor.
Dex.
Minus my level.
No, plus your level.
8.
All right, fair enough. And Trin got a 9.
She's adding her level to her initiative roll, or is she doing something else?
No, it's just Dex.
Oh, because
She
you
doesn't
said to
know-
add her level.
No, she doesn't understand the terminology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's just go with she doesn't understand the terminology.
Okay.
Okay.
well,
All right. So, all right. So 4 skeletons are going to bum rush Alaric since he was the one who opened the door.
And we don't even have any blunt weapons anymore, so this is going to be tough.
Oh no, I lied. 2 is going to go on Alaric, and 2 are going to go right on Bello.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't suppose the
they definitely
decapitation works on skeletons.
It depends on what you do. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
can you turn on dead more than once?
Bello
No.
Fion, does a 17
Well, I
hit
can't.
you?
What number?
17?
17 hits.
17 hits. As the skeletons are running towards Alaric and Bello, you notice that they draw short swords. And 2 definitely missed Alaric using his nice swordsman skill with his nice sword of decapitation, while Bello manages to just dodge out of the way, but was unlucky with 1 and takes approximately 2 points of damage. And you're going to take it across your... Oh, you take it. Do you have a helmet by chance?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, he slices open your cheek for 2 points of damage. You now have a scar, just like Tyrion Lannister, or a wound that scarred over for him. But remember, you got healing magic. Okay, Bello, it is your turn. The turn of Bellofion.
Bastards.
Don't worry. Get some magic in you and that'll clear right up.
Right then, I'm gonna try to bash that skeleton with my staff.
All right, go right ahead. Give me a to hit roll.
Plus I add my level, right?
No, not for attacks. Just your
Okay.
strength.
I rolled a 12.
Oh, 12 misses. You went to bash it, hit him, and he ducked. All right, next is Shadow Wolf. Shadow Wolf, you're not currently being attacked at the moment.
Do I know if silver arrows have any particular effect against undead?
It does not.
It does not. Okay. In that case, are the dwarves going on individual initiatives?
You mean the skeletons?
In other words,
yes.
yeah. Oh, okay. So,
But
so
that
no, I'm saying
doesn't
is,
matter. It's your turn. What are you going to do? It doesn't matter.
no, I say so. There are some still to come.
Yeah, you still do. You got two.
I shall.
You got 2 on Alaric, 2 on Bello, and there is still 3 inside, more into the courtyard still that hasn't made a move yet.
I will shoot one of the ones attacking Bello.
All right, give me an attack roll.
With my expert arrow, it gives me a +1 to hit. So
okay. And what's
that'll
your
be
total?
14. Total
14
14.
hits. Give me damage.
So again, +1 to whatever I roll. 4.
Well, here we go. You manage to line up the shot perfectly, and you see 4 skeletons all in a row. 2 attacking Alaric, 2 attacking Bello. Perfectly lined up. You take one arrow and you shoot, and the arrow goes right through each and every skull and right into the door of the building. By the way, you successfully killed 4 skeletons.
Just call me Odysseus.
That's okay. That's okay. You got your back turned, so one is going to... You're aware that there's danger, but let's see. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a bonus because this one's going to come up right behind you.
Oh, standing in the doorway. He's got to get past the others.
But you had to line them up, so you weren't standing in the doorway exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, not giving it to you. I gave you an awesome shot. There you go.
No, that's... that.
Does a 20 hit you?
Oh, yes.
Right through the...
I am wearing a helmet. Okay. How many?
You take 6 points of damage right through your back and out your chest a little bit. You feel the piercing pain of the sword as the skeleton brings it right back out. It is currently... Trent sees that you're hurting, and he's like, Shadow Wolf, I got you! And he's like rushing into battle. Oh, shit. So he's like...
Or not, as the case may be.
He's like, Shadow Wolf, I got you! And he just like trips and falls flat on his face. All you hear him say is, on the ground, he's saying to the grass, I'm coming for you, Shadow Wolf. I'll help you slowly. It's Angela's turn.
Hold on, what is my...
I'm gonna attack whichever one's closest to me. Using my longsword.
All right, give me a roll for attack.
6.
That misses.
I'm not hiding or
Okay.
seeking, am I?
Not doing too well. We're not doing too well. No, all of a sudden, oh well. All right, 2 skeletons are going to join the fray. One on Tren, and one on End.
You're echoing again.
Technically, the Lark hasn't gone yet, so Tides may turn yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot about you.
It's okay.
Yeah, there's 5 of us. What was your initiative again?
14.
Oh, you should have said something there. You were supposed to go before Bello.
Uh-oh.
Yep. So I'm gonna since we totally missed you because you also didn't say anything. I am going to
So
give you,
go now.
Yep, I'm gonna give you.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give you a special +2 bonus because I forgot about you.
Okay, cool. I am going to throw down my shield yet again and wield the Bastard Sword of Decapitation two-handed.
All right, give me.
That is a 21.
Was that a nat 20?
No, it was a natural 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 4.
I don't care. Give me.
And then further plus 2.
Give me damage.
Okay. 9 damage.
9 damage. You we've never seen anyone move like you. You like literally like Jedi leaped over everyone and between 2 skeletons and decapitated both of them with one swoop of your sword.
Nice.
By the way, all the skeletons.
Oh, but also I have
still one
Cleaving
left.
Strike, and it says when a hero manages to drop one foe in melee combat, they gain an immediate attack against a second adjacent foe.
All right, give me another attack because there is one close by that actually is about to look at that is now looking at you like you're the enemy because you just took.
Okay, and I swing my Master Sword again. 16. Plus 2. Do I get the plus 2 still?
No, it's now a +1.
Okay, so it's a 17.
Yep, give me damage.
Shit.
Okay. 15 damage.
And you decapitated that one too. All the skeletons are dead.
And I'm finished.
So now we got a big pile of bones. Well, that was something. As Trent is getting off the ground and brushing off the dirt.
Yep.
Okay.
I told you, I'm good with a sword, not with the battle strategy.
Trent noticed the thing that they were surrounding is a dagger of some sort.
Someone cast Detect Evil on that dagger real quick, just to be sure.
Is it lying on or stuck in the pedestal?
No, it's just lying on the pedestal.
Okay, but it's on the pedestal. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But Trent just totally picked it up without worrying.
As that happened, a lark cringes immensely, and he's like, "Is everything good? Is everything cool?"
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Shadow Wolf, are you okay?
I will be 7 points.
Yep. How much HP do you still have left?
Down to 29.
Okay, that's right. You guys should have been fully healed by now, or at least been.
Oh, then I'm at 62 then.
Yep. Yep, because I said everyone should be full healed because we had a few people that leveled up last session. All right. Well, we'll just have to hang on to this dagger for safekeeping. See if we can sell it off.
Does it?
No. Hold on a second there, Tren. Does anyone have Detect Magic?
Yes.
You might want to do that.
Yeah.
To be sure.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right.
Because this might be a really powerful weapon if it's magical.
So when I look at all the...
Well...
Uh-oh. How'd you roll a 0?
It doesn't do damage.
Oh, I see.
Okay. You rolled a 0 on detect magic.
No, I mean, I actually don't have to roll anything for it. I just hit the
No.
button by mistake.
That's what I thought. Okay, never mind. All right, so you use detect magic. It's not magical per se, but it does look pretty good.
The masterwork weapon.
It's exactly what it is, but it's not just any type of masterwork weapon. It's like the blade is like crystal clean, like it's never aged a day, but it's been stuck in here for thousands of years.
I'm not.
Is there anything else in here that would be magical? Because I should, in theory, be able to pick that all up.
Yeah.
So many questions. Let me find out. Hang on a second.
This is the session where the party starts taking dungeon crawling very serious.
This is the bit where I say, okay, damn, now, I don't have any bardic skills, do I? There's one really useful bardic skill that I would like.
Aren't you bard multiclass?
No,
I thought you
No.
were.
no, it was going to cost too much. You wouldn't. Even the bait. The problem was the only multi-class that I could have done was the one where I basically just get level 0 skills, and no. I have, however, got something that I'm going to run by Tabletop in a minute because he gave it to me, and I'm genuinely not sure if that has a degree of application here or not. I've never used it.
I gotta check one more thing. Give me 1 second, everybody. You also forgot you had the Cloak of Daggers.
No, I did. That's why I said on. I wasn't. As far as I wasn't sneaking. The Cloak of Daggers. I did check that out, but that only seemed to affect.
Is that only effective when sneaking?
Yeah. Hold on.
I thought it gave you the ability to pick off a dagger if you needed one available. Well, but you used your bow, so you didn't really need to use it.
Yeah, it gives me summon, but I've already got a greater expert dagger anyway. As it happens.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to look up my final notes because it looks like
Okay.
I'm trying to look up on some notes real quick because it looks like I didn't write them in my final notes, so I'm trying to see what I missed. Real quick, I do got to get some water. Why don't we take a quick, we'll take a quick 5-minute break. You guys grab some water and we'll be right back.
Okay.
saying. I mean, I genuinely don't know whether or not
Okay.
that would apply to some that otherwise would probably be bardic legend lore.
Well, okay. So you look at the dagger, and by the way, Belafion has detects nothing magical within this area. So how far does it go out?
It's like a 10 by, hang on, 150 feet long, 10-foot wide. So it's just basically
Well, depending on
it's basically a hallway.
Yeah, yeah. So, no, you detect nothing of magic in this area. Now as Shadow Wolf looks at the dagger that Tren hands over to him, there's nothing special about that dagger. It's literally, let me put it to you bluntly, outside of character, it's literally just a greater expert dagger. There's no history attached to it or anything. It's just really, really well made.
Okay.
I thought because it was like crystal looking or something, it was probably like ancient and.
Nope. Expert weapons and greater expert weapons kind of look pristine, and no matter what, they don't age at all. They do age, but they don't age. Like over time, if you don't clean a blade, it rusts over time. But no, not these things. But
okay,
of nothing special. Now you guys are surrounded by doors.
I'll pass this information on to Tren and hand him back the dagger. Because I've got a greater expert elf dagger.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's start going through the doors.
So
okay, we go through the next door.
I'm gonna make it easy. You guys begin opening one door. As one door opens, you notice all it is a shattered tombstone inside, or what looks to be a shattered coffin of a mausoleum. And there's nothing in there.
So the skeletons were outside, and then these doors are behind the skeletons, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
They just shut the door to their own beds. Well, if I had to guess, Belafion, I'm willing to think that this is a tomb area. Which means this was once hollowed ground, or at least it should have been.
In which case we should show some respect to the dead.
When we go back out, so that carving on the door, does that look like it was originally part of the building, or might have been put on later?
Oh no, it's originally part of the building.
Okay.
It looks very much like that. I think that's why I think that's why there's a monster on the door to scare people off from coming in and disturbing the dead.
So Belafion is gonna stand at the center of this little main area, and he's gonna say a small prayer for the remains of those that are here.
You know what I would like to actually know though is what would have disturbed the skeletons? Why were they undead?
Yeah.
That means these could have been the remains of the dwarves, which means somebody buried them in their respective mausoleums, but then rose them from the dead. That type of magic is dark and unheard of. At least none that we've heard in our parts.
I'm wondering why they were just standing or sitting just outside their graves. Are they waiting for someone to summon them?
Hard to say, to be honest.
Well,
my knowledge on the undead is very limited. I mean, I only know much about what my teachings of my god Yenna teaches me. And
we better bone up then.
Yeah, Belafion, this is your area as well. Do you know much about undead?
I tend to prioritize putting them down, less about how to create them.
I was wondering. I'm just thinking, as I said, I was wondering if they were sitting here waiting or what. But no matter when we hopefully have dealt with them.
Yes, but surely below Fion, that the matter at hand is you must understand the enemy and the origins of it before you can defeat it. Correct?
Typically, yes.
The origins of this enemy was these are skeletons that was eventually at some point their graves were disturbed. They rose from the dead.
Yes,
Yes,
but
and
that would be an outside force, no?
But typically speaking, though, there would be some other sign. There would be some rituals at play. But so far, we've come across nothing of the sort that would suggest that such a feat or spell were done. No, not a hint of magic. Nothing.
This is true. I did try to detect any evil entities nearby, and I focused on this building, and there was nothing here other than the skeletons. But these types.
But how were they not evil?
Undead.
Well,
undead isn't evil.
they were put down.
Yeah. They were killed. Skeletons are generally not evil. They just do the bidding of their master, whoever that may be. And the fact I haven't seen anyone else around here, something tells me they've been sitting here for an awfully long time.
Yes, if they were raised and then whoever raised them
could have been
didn't
years,
need
could have been months, days, months, weeks, years, any number of time.
I mean, the place looks as if it hasn't been. Well, I was going to be disturbed, but those ghouls.
The ghouls in the cemetery, and then now these skeletons have been some of the undead we've come across. Like I said, whoever brought them back is long since gone.
It certainly seems that way.
Now, there's more than that means there's been more than hobgoblins in this area. Hobgoblins,
Yes.
Even a magic user of a hobgoblin wouldn't bring them back, I don't think, and then just discard of them and do nothing with them.
While this is going on, Alaric's going to go ransacking through the building and seeing if there's any treasure.
The current building you're in, or are you going to go to the building next to it?
The current building we're in.
There's no treasure. There's nothing.
Oh, then I go to the next one.
All right. Well, while we're all talking, we're going to say you go up from this door up to door number 25 is what I'm going to say. So you stop there, and everyone's going to have to give me a notice check because while we were busy talking, he didn't quite sneak away, but I don't think we noticed him. So give me a wisdom check to see if we noticed his missing disappearance.
Sorry, what's that again? That's
wisdom check.
Angela
that's a 21.
Does.
Wow. Hold on.
Angela rolled a nat 20.
I was going to say that's going to be nat 20, isn't it?
Well, that means she went along with you. She went along with you for that nat 20. So that means it's Tren, Shadow Wolf, and Bellafion talking to each other as Bellafion notices that two of you guys are missing.
I think what's going to happen is Bellafion's going to reach out with his staff and kind of grab our little halfling friend like a crook.
Oh, okay. And as he's talking, he's being dragged across the grass. It's like, this is actually very interesting. Undead creatures without a master around.
And he's like, wait up!
Bellafion, does your...
Oh, no, he's still just talking.
Oh, no, she's not with us. She's not with us, is she?
No, Angela.
The apprentice isn't with us. No, not Angela, the apprentice.
Oh,
no,
Emmy?
No.
The acolyte, Emmy.
No, Emmy's guarding the entrance.
Okay.
Make sure no one's coming towards you guys. Anyway, as Alaric and Angela, we'll just say the other crew will join in the scene in a minute. You guys come up to the door of room number 25. What do you guys do?
We're gonna go open it.
You open it, and inside this room contains the rotted remains of many wooden bunks. This room once housed 60, what looks to be 60 monks, striving to become worthy of the monastery order.
And we see this on like a painting on the wall or something?
You actually do see a painting on the wall that would actually give me an intelligence roll.
Okay. That's an 8.
Yeah. Go ahead.
25.
Would you get a nat 20?
She
too?
definitely understands.
Yeah. So she understands. So Angela knows
She
that
even
this
got a
is
nat 20.
this is the room of the
Again,
initiates.
bloody hell.
Yep. This is the room of the initiates, of the monk initiates, those who are coming to attempt to be monks, but must pass the trials, or what looks to be the practices that they practice.
So it's pretty much just a room with empty beds.
Yes, it's just a room with empty beds. Meanwhile, Shadow Wolf, Tren, and Belafion makes it to the room and see the same thing. More empty beds.
If this is all there'll be here, then I'll be fairly disappointed.
Well,
A monastery that
sure.
is underground with its own ecosystem with a bunch of undead across the way. Why don't we explore more of the section of the building first before we come to any conclusions, Belafion? Because no offense, there might be something here waiting. We just we just opened the door to a bedroom.
I suppose you're right. Let's go in to have a brief look around.
So you notice there's a couple more doors on your side. Once you get past the 2 doors to the barracks, or what looks to be the barracks, you see a door, one on the left and one on the right, down here, number 26 and 27. You did notice them walking up.
I'm going to push one open.
All right. Which one you want?
A?
All right. We're going to go say 26. This room, as you open the door, holds rows of long tables and benches covered by sickening greenish yellow mold. This place has a lot of mold.
I've noticed that.
It's got an excessive amount of mold in it. And there's no food. Huh. Trent begins poking the mold with his sword. It's not moving.
It's been abandoned for hundreds, if not thousands of years. The food was all rotted and probably what fed some of the mold.
But you would think we would see some remains of some food, unless the mold is the food, and this is just food after.
I mean, all things considered, if we are underground, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that is a common staple of dwarven cuisine. Mold naturally grows in warm, humid places.
Oh, that's true.
True.
That is true.
I could see them just coming in and grabbing a fistful of this to eat.
Anyone want to test it?
Yeah. As you guys are in this dining room, you guys do notice that there is another door just about halfway in. It's about 10 feet in, and it looks like it goes somewhere else.
Well, let's make
I'm
the
gonna
most
head
of
over
this.
there.
All right, Alaric, you open up
Lead
the
the way.
door, and you see, as you open in, you see a shattered oven and much broken pottery lie about the room. In the southeast corner of the room is a large pile of what appears to be garbage. However, there is, from the light to your eyes, is glistening something shiny.
Guys, you better come in here.
All right. What's up?
There is something shining over there, and I don't know if it's a trap or not.
Trent pulls out a sword and reveals a couple jades, an onyx, and several various coins. Looks like money.
Okay, I'll take that.
Oh, we all found it. You know, we should have
Well,
some hang
technically,
on to.
I found it first, so
we're gonna break it up in the party loot, sir.
Okay, fine. I'll go in the party treasury.
Remember, you're not the only one that owes money to the kingdom.
I'm in the negative though.
Yes. So
It's
we all.
strange. It's almost like this area is solely deserted. Like,
Let me see those jewels for a moment.
all
I
right.
hand one of them over.
I require, and I guess I should ask you, tabletop. One of the spells I picked up requires a ruby worth at least 15 gold. Would it be reason to be able to find that in here?
You know what?
Like, as in,
I'm gonna say, as you're holding the 3 stones in your hands, like, or at least the 2 jades, one looks crimson, but you notice underneath the trash there's another stone of some type, another gem, and you found yourself a ruby gem. I think that would be reasonable.
perfect. Thank you.
Especially if that's what you need. I can.
Yep. Just
so that way you don't have to waste finding the gems that I told you. You can find. I will let you find the ruby gem.
Yep. Yeah, it was so I can take the spell Magic Staff.
Oh, that's a good spell. I love that spell. That reminds me of the spell from Mythica, where Merrick is able to extend her staff out like a lightsaber. But remember, it requires spell components for that staff. So yeah, I like that. Well, there's nothing else in this room besides more garbage. I say maybe we should call it a day and get some rest since we did clear out these rooms. We do have beds to sleep in.
Is it even nighttime yet?
Well, you guys did explore most of this area. The steam vent, the pond. You did have a little bit of a battle. It's probably about midday or something like that, or close to.
I mean, we can bed down, but probably should keep a watch around our campsite.
Should we try to?
I'm only saying that because this would be a good spot to stop.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask: is there anything else like with this little building that needs to be explored, or could we just kind of wrap up with finishing this building?
There's a lot more in this building than I've let on.
Okay.
You haven't.
Okay, that was what I wanted to ask.
Yeah, like there's more battles coming. You just
okay.
haven't hit that yet. And technically, it probably would be best if we had a full party for that, not just us 5. Just saying.
You mean Greeny suddenly but seriously appeared?
Hell no. No, I'm talking mostly for Spartacus, but okay. No, we're leaving Greeny out of this. And there is something special. There is something special with this monastery. I do want you guys to find, if you can find it.
But he's our point and click unguided missile.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna stop there because we've been about 2 hours in. Plus, it's almost after 8, and I do have another stream I'm gonna get ready for that something I want to talk about later on, so I do want to do it. So anyway, real quick, before we go, I'm gonna have everyone tell you guys good night and say a little bit of something about themselves. We're gonna start with Mrs. Table.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Witch King, you're up.
Hello, I'm the Witch King of Samra, and you just saw me play Laura Questme, the Human Fighter, and kick some ass of skeletons, like I said I would. And you can catch me on YouTube, Twitter, pretty much all social media. Just check my link tree, and I think tonight is the night I'm gonna start streaming again. So I'll be streaming Pools, which is a weird game about the back rooms type stuff, and it takes place in a pool building. It's really weird. So let's do that. Okay?
Are you talking pool as in the billiards game or pool as in
No,
swimming?
I'm talking like a literal like indoor swimming pool.
Swimming
Okay.
pool.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'll say thank you. It's just
Yeah, it's okay.
And Colin, your turn.
I'm ArcherColin and I'm playing Odysseus Skull Splitter. Shadow Wolf. I hope you all enjoy this, and I hope you'll join us whenever we come back to finish off this monastery.
All right.
I think it's going to be about a month's time.
And Ironcaster.
Hello. You can find me in quite a few places, though. On my channel, I like talking about big robots and tokusatsu and big mecha. So come give me a subscribe, and we can, talk about some fun stuff.
And my name is Tabletop Junkie. I'm on here for tabletop games and much, much more. Stay tuned to my channel because Ironcaster and I are secretly collaborating, which now the secret's out. It's no longer a secret. We're collaborating to talk about the new Orc license. Orc license, which is a new license that's different from the OGL, and it's written by a totally different company. We definitely want to talk about that a little bit and bring that a little bit more into light and have a conversation because it does fit within the purview of my channel and his. Well, I would say his channel too, but I'm going to let him tell you that. Yeah, it falls in the same interest and the same realm.
Yeah. What it is a system reference document for the Tales of the Valiant role playing game from Kobold Press.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we definitely want to look into that.
I really hope that Wizards of the Coast ends up putting all of the old editions of D&D into Creative Commons as well, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
They've
Come on.
hinted that they will probably still do that, which I don't imagine they won't, just because they got, frankly, embarrassed.
Yeah. I hope so, because that'll definitely prove a boon
that
to all the old
embarrassment could also
players.
lead to a bit of sour feelings. So let's just keep an open mind on that because we all know how it went when they said they were making changes to the OGL, and we basically said that's bullshit. They really got their feelings hurt. So let's just keep everything in mind.
It's something
they're gonna try something. They may do things one way, but then once they realize the fans are kind of against it, they may go the other way. So I see that's
but Creative Commons isn't the issue. The issue was trying to reverse the OGL and get people to stop doing it.
Right. Well, we'll talk about this. We can talk about this more after the stream. So
okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Anyway, my name is Tabletop Junkie. Stay tuned. I do more games. We are in our mid-season finale of Age of the Dead, and then that will be on hiatus break for a little bit because this summer I want to do some Star Wars, which we're doing Star Wars tomorrow. Yay. Saturday night, we're doing some Star Wars, everybody. So stay tuned for that. It's Star Wars D6. Yeah. And then I have to teach you guys Fantasy Flight, or basically Genesis Core Star Wars, because that's also kind of fun. Me and Ironcaster play that as well. And we have ideas for more stuff coming up in the near future. So, awesomely, please stay tuned. And yes, I use the word awesomely, so just deal with it. Anyway,
come on, man.
That's everything I have. So, you guys have a great night. And remember to work hard, play hard, game hard, because gotta game. Got to have that relaxation time. You guys have a great and wonderful weekend.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.